What up, y'all? It's about Mr. Downtown Melo, and you're listening to the Entertainment Report on iHeartRadio, live from Orlando, Florida, for Monday, July 16th, 2018, delivering some major stories and trends going on in the world of entertainment and beyond. You can follow the show on Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram, facebook.com/Entertainment Report with Ray Melo, that's RAYMELO. On Twitter at The Enter Report, or on Instagram at The Entertainment Report. You can listen to the show anytime you want on iHeartRadio. Just go to iHeart.com or your iHeart phone app, search for The Entertainment Report, and it'll take you to the page. I hope everyone had a fantastic weekend. Emma Stone, Woody Harrelson, Jesse Eisenberg, and Abigail Breslin are reuniting with director Ruben Fletcher for a sequel to the 2009 horror comedy Zombieland. Columbia Pictures president Sanford Penage said in a statement, "This is one of those projects that have fans wanting to see what happened for a long time, and no one wanted to see it happen more than Jesse and Abigail. These are some of the most in-demand actors, and I think they are making this movie because they love these characters. We're thrilled Ruben was willing to come back to direct the sequel, as his work on Venom has been truly amazing." The Hollywood Reporter said production is scheduled to start in January. The movie is being targeted for an October 2019 release. Paul Wernick and Rhett Reese, who penned the original film, are writing the screenplay for the sequel, Deadline.com reported. Scarlett Johansson will now play a transgender crime kingpin in the fact-based film Rub Tug as planned. The actress wrote in a statement to Out magazine Friday, "I have great admiration and love for the trans community, and am grateful that the conversation regarding inclusivity in Hollywood continues. While I have the opportunity to bring Dante's story and transition to life, I understand why many feel he should be portrayed by a transgender person, and I'm thankful that this casting debate, albeit controversial, has sparked a larger conversation about diversity and representation in film." Variety said Johansson's cast was met with a backlash from trans groups and activists who said a trans actor and not a cisgender actress should have been cast. GLAAD President and CEO Sarah Kate Ellis said in a statement after Johansson quit the movie, Scarlett Johansson's announcement, together with the transgender voice who spoke out about this film, are game changers for the future of transgender images in Hollywood. Hollywood changes how Americans understand gay and lesbian lives, and TV is starting to do the same for transgender people, with authentic transgender portrayals being major hits with critics and audiences. The film industry has a real opportunity to do the same. The project, which is set in the 1970s and 80s, would have reunited Johansson with her Ghost in the Shell director Rupert Sanders. It is unclear whether the film will go forward without her. Actress and television personality Yvette Nicole Brown is temporarily taking over Chris Hardwick's job of hosting AMC's Talking Dead analysis program franchise. Variety said the cable network tapped Brown to head up the Walking Dead Season 9 preview special on August 5th and Talking Dead when it returns following the fourth mid-season premiere of Fear the Walking Dead on August 12th. AMC previously announced Brown would moderate its The Walking Dead, Fear the Walking Dead panel at San Diego's Comic-Con. The network benched its longtime collaborator Hardwick pending the outcome of an investigation into his ex-girlfriend's allegations of sexual and emotional abuse. Hardwick has denied any wrongdoing. Brown was a frequent panelist on Talking Dead when Hardwick hosted. Filmmaker Stephen Frears is to direct State of the Union, a 10-part short-form comedy series starring Gone Girl actress Rosamund Pike and Get Shorty actor Chris O'Dowd. Novelist and screenwriter Nick Hornby penned this project, which is scheduled to be filmed this summer in London. Each episode of the Sundance TV series will be 10 minutes long. The show follows Louise and Tom, a couple who meet in a pub each week before their marriage counseling session. Game of Thrones actress Lena Headey celebrated her show's 22 Emmy nominations by posting a silly photo on Instagram. The image features her with Peter Dinklage and Nicola Costa-Waldau, the actors who play her on-screen siblings Jamie, all dressed in their medieval-style attire from the series. Headey is seen licking the face of Dinklage as Costa-Waldau grins wildly. Headey captioned the undated snapshot, "Now this is more like it. Congratulations to my brothers, literally from other mothers. I'm a lucky, lucky sister to these misters. Love you, PD, and at Nicola William CW." Game of Thrones, which goes into its 8th and final season in 2019, was nominated Thursday for more Emmys than any other series. It's up for the top title of Best Drama, and Headey, Dinklage, and Costa-Waldau received nods for Best Supporting Actress in a Drama and Best Supporting Actor, respectively. A prequel series called The Long Night is to begin shooting in Belfast in October. It is set 10,000 years before the events of Game of Thrones. Bruce Willis' former spouse, Demi Moore, and their adult daughters, Scarlett Rumor and Tallulah Willis, turned out for the taping of The Roast of Willis in Los Angeles Saturday. Deadline.com said Moore was a surprise guest who teased her ex-partner about his age, baldness, music, movie career, and relationship skills in front of a crowd that included Willis' current wife, model Emma Hemming. TMZ quoted Moore as saying, "I look at our marriage like The Sixth Sense. You were dead the whole time." Moore was married to Willis from 1987 to 2000. Willis and Hemming tied the knot in 2009. They have two daughters, Mabel 6 and Evelyn 4. Also on hand to mercilessly mock the action movie star at the roast were his former castmates Joseph Gordon-Levitt, Edward Norton, and Sybil Shepherd, as well as comedian Jeff Ross, basketball icon and television personality Dennis Rodman, and media mogul Martha Stewart. The Comedy Central special is to air July 29th. Sydney Davis has filed for divorce against her estranged husband, television personality Billy Bush, Los Angeles court records indicated. TMZ says Davis has cited irreconcilable differences as the cause for the split and requested joint legal and physical custody of their children, Lily 13 and Mary 17. Their oldest child, Josie, is 19. Davis asked for spousal support as well. The couple married in 1998 and separated last September. Bush said at the time, after almost 20 years of marriage, they have separated for the moment to evaluate their life together. They love each other and their children deeply and are committed to a bright future. Us Weekly, which also reported the divorce story this weekend, said Bush's publicist did not respond to its request for a comment on it. NBC fired Bush from Today in 2016 after an Access Hollywood recording of a 2005 conversation between Bush and Donald Trump came to light. The pair can be heard making insulting remarks about women on the tape, which was leaked during Trump's campaign for the U.S. presidency. Nancy Sinatra Sr., the mother of entertainer Frank Sinatra's 3 children, has died. Nancy Sinatra Jr. tweeted Friday, "My mother passed away peacefully tonight at the age of 101. She was a blessing in the light of my life. Godspeed, Mama. Thank you for everything." The New York Times reported New Jersey natives Nancy Sr. and Frank tied the knot in 1939 when Frank was a struggling artist and his bride was an administrative assistant. After Frank became a successful singer and film actor, he left his wife in 1951 to briefly marry actress Ava Gardner. They divorced and Frank went on to marry 2 more times. Nancy never remarried. The Sinatras remained close friends until Frank's death in 1998. He was 83. Sinatra's granddaughter, A.J. Lambert, wrote for a 2015 piece in Vanity Fair, "Throughout the many years after they split, my grandfather came to visit whenever his crazy life would allow it. I can remember times when she would be on the phone with her ex-husband, and the next thing I knew, some eggplant was coming out of the freezer to thaw so that she could make him some sandwiches when he showed up." Nancy Sr. is survived by her daughters Nancy and Tina. Her son Frank Jr. died in 2016. Model and actress Kate Upton has announced via Instagram that she is pregnant with her first child. Upton captioned Saturday's photo of her wearing a red jacket and pants with a white tank top and sunglasses, #pregnant in Miami, at Justin Verlander. There was no word of the baby's sex or anticipated birthday. Upton married Houston Astros right-hander Justin Verlander in November and number 1 on the U.S. album charts. Coming in number 2 on the Billboard 200 is Florence and the Machine with High as Hope, followed by Post Malone's Beer Bongs and Bentley at number 3, Gorillaz The Now Now number 4, and XXXTentacion's Question Mark at number 5. Rounding up the top tier are Cardi B's Invasion of Privacy at number 6, Juice WRLD's Goodbye and Good Riddance at number 7, The Carters' Everything Is Love at number 8, Panic at the Disco's Pray for the Wicked at number 9, and Guns N' Roses' Appetite for Destruction at number 10. The animated adventure Hotel Transylvania Summer Vacation is the number 1 movie in North America, earning $44.1 million in receipts during its opening weekend, BoxOfficeMojo.com announced Sunday. Coming in number 2 is Ant-Man and the Wasp with $28.8 million, followed by Skyscraper number 3 with $25.5 million, Incredibles 2 at number 4 with $16.2 million, and Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom number 5 with $15.5 million. Running up the top tier are The First Purge at number 6 with $9.1 million, Sorry to Bother You number 7 with $4.3 million, Sicario Day of the Soldado at number 8 with $3.9 million, Uncle Drew at number 9 with $3.2 million, and Ocean's 8 at number 10 with $2.9 million. And now let's take a look at what happened on this date in entertainment history. On this date in 1999, John F. Kennedy Jr. is killed in a plane crash. On July 16, 1999, John F. Kennedy Jr., his wife Catherine Bissett Kennedy, and her sister Lauren Bissett died when the single-engine plane that Kennedy was piloting crashes into the Atlantic Ocean near Martha's Vineyard, Massachusetts. John Fitzgerald Kennedy Jr. was born on November 25, 1960, just a few weeks after his father and namesake was elected the 35th President of the United States. On his third birthday, John attended the funeral of his assassinated father and was photographed saluting his father's coffin in a famous and searing image. Along with his sister Carolyn, he was raised in Manhattan by his mother Jacqueline. After graduating from Brown University and a brief acting stint, he attended New York University Law School. He passed the bar on his third try and worked in New York as an assistant district attorney, winning all 6 of his cases. In 1995, he founded the political magazine George, which grew to have a circulation of more than 400,000. Like many others in his famous family, he never sought public office himself. Always in the media spotlight, he was celebrated for the good looks that he inherited from his parents. In 1988, he was named the sexiest man alive by People magazine. He was linked romantically with several celebrities, including the actress Daryl Hannah, with whom he dated for 5 years. In September 1996, he married girlfriend Catherine Bissett, a fashion publicist. The two shared an apartment in New York City, where Kennedy was often seen inline skating in public. Known for his adventurous nature, he nonetheless took pains to separate himself from the more self-destructive behavior of some of the other men in the Kennedy clan. On July 16, 1999, however, with about 300 hours of flying experience, Kennedy took off from the Essex County Airport in New Jersey and flew a single-engine plane into a hazy, moonless night. He had turned down an offer by one of his flight instructors to accompany him, saying he wanted to do it alone. To reach his destiny on Martha's Vineyard, he would have to fly 200 miles, the final phase over a dark, hazy ocean. An inexperienced pilot can lose sight of the horizon under such conditions. Unable to see shorelines and other landmarks, Kennedy would have to depend on his instruments, but he had not qualified for a license to fly with instruments only. In addition, he was recovering from a broken ankle, which might have affected his ability to pilot his plane. At Martha's Vineyard, Kennedy was to drop off his sister-in-law, Lauren Bissett, one of his 2 passengers. From there, Kennedy and his wife, Catherine, were on to fly on to the Kennedy compound on Cape Cod, Hyannis Port, for the marriage of Rory Kennedy, the youngest child of the late Robert F. Kennedy. The Piper Saratoga aircraft never made it to Martha's Vineyard. Radar data examined later showed the plane plummeted from 2,200 feet to 1,100 feet in a span of 14 seconds, a rate far beyond the aircraft's safe maximum. It then disappeared from the radar screen. Kennedy's plane was reported missing by friends and family members, and an intensive rescue operation was launched by the Coast Guard, the Navy, the Air Force, and civilians. After 2 days of searching, thousands of people involved gave up hope of finding survivors and turned their efforts to recovering the wreckage of the aircrafts and the bodies. American mourned the loss of the Crown Prince of one of the country's most admired families, a sadness that was especially poignant given the relentless string of tragedies that have haunted the Kennedy family over the years. On July 21st, Navy divers recovered the bodies of JFK Jr., his wife, and sister-in-law from the wreckage of the plane, which was laying under 116 feet of water about 8 miles off Vineyard's shore. The next day, the cremated remains of the 3 were buried at sea during a ceremony on the U.S. Briscoe, a Navy destroyer. A private mass for JFK Jr. and Carolyn were held on July 23rd at the Church of St. Thomas More in Manhattan, where the late Jackie Kennedy, President Bill Clinton, and his wife Hillary were among the 300 invited guests. The found surviving patriarch, Senator Edward M. Kennedy of Massachusetts, delivered the moving eulogy. From the first day of his life, John seemed to belong not only to our family, but to the American family. He had a legacy, and he learned to treasure it. He was part of a legend, and he learned to live with it. Investigators studied the wreckage of the Piper Saratoga, found no problems with its mechanical or navigational systems. In their final report released in 2000, the Natural Transportation Safety Board concluded that the crash was caused by an inexperienced pilot who became disoriented in the dark and lost control. And as your entertainment report for Monday, July 16, 2018, I'm your host, Mr. Downtown Ray Melo. I'll be back tomorrow to deliver some major stories and trends going on in the world of entertainment and beyond. You can follow the show on Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram. Facebook.com/The Entertainment Report with Ray Melo, that's RAYMELO, on Twitter at The Enter Report, or on Instagram at The Entertainment Report. You can listen to this episode or any previous episodes of The Entertainment Report anytime you want on iHeartRadio. Just go to iHeart.com or your iHeart phone app, search for The Entertainment Report, and it'll take you to the page. Good night, and God bless you all.